Welcome to the second half of a game that is 0-0. Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur. No need for either manager to change their side as we start the second half. And another day has been beautiful stuff from Manchester United's point of view in any case. But the finished product, as we said, is the missing piece, and especially in both teams' terms actually. It's a poor free kick for Darmy. He should have really just held it up. It's Christian Eriksen. And it can cause you many problems, and here it is. Here comes Eriksen, it's a goal! And Christian Eriksen is causing more issues. And I don't know what was happening here. The defence just fell apart. A defensive breakdown from Manchester United right from the kickoff. And Christian Eriksen scores. Romero does his best. And it's just over him. And Eriksen has scored. Complete defensive breakdown from Manchester United. Eriksen really shouldn't have been given so much time and space on the ball, but he was, and no one got to him. 1-0 to Spurs. Manchester United had to do it all from behind. We know that they're the kings of that, but Old Trafford has not been the most impressive of fortresses over the last couple of seasons. The season before last, in particular, with David Moyes. Manchester United haven't really provided much forward threat either to warrant being in front themselves. Here's Rooney, however. He's going to get pushed around in the box. He's not going to take kindly to it. He's going to keep the ball though. And Henwood tries to get round Mason and fails and goes on the chase. And Manchester United now behind, and they really shouldn't have been. Everyone that tried to tackle Eriksen completely missed him. And Eriksen, it was great work, you've got to give him credit. And he's a man that can cause many issues if you let him, and Manchester United did let him. And that's the end result. It's a goal. Eriksen to Chadley, and now Tottenham seem to be in the ascendancy a little bit. Chadley. People like the Manchester United defenders just bouncing off the Tottenham ones at the moment. That was such a great pass, and Chadley just couldn't put the end to it. Romero was closing him down. Did he get to the ball? Yes, he did. It was a good save by Sergio Romero in the end. Tottenham corner. Romero actually has done rather well, him and Johnston, in the pre-season games all both these teams have played, or Manchester United rather. Back in from Mason. Romero picked it up. Romero was unlucky, but his defence totally fell apart in front of him. That was the reason for the goal. Total defensive breakdown. Manchester United. This was always going to be a tough fixture. And we all remember back in the day, the hot fixture was Manchester United and Spurs. So Spurs can still cause Manchester United some issues here. It's well cut out by Paddy McNair. Rooney is able to take it under his control. To find Herrera, who runs right into the defender that was tracking him. There's Mason. He's going to lose Darmian. He's going to go through everybody, and Eriksen's going to pick it up. And what was going on there? Once again, Manchester United, that was just a poor touch in the box by the defender, and they were lucky Eriksen missed it. It's a sitter. And Manchester United starting to feel a little nervy at the back again. It's been their problem, and new signing for Tottenham's going to make way. Well, Chadley's going to make way for the new signing. Sun Mun, I think his name is. He's going to come on. New striker signing for Tottenham from, I believe it's a club in South Korea. I'm not actually sure. Remember with the goal kick. Jorginho is not featured much at all, if not at all. Neither is Memphis Depay. I mean, he had a couple of early touches. And here he is. Confusion again, reigning between the Tottenham players. Hugo Lloris, that was dangerous, but his team get the ball. And Vertonghen. It's a great looking ball, even though it didn't really look that convincing. And great passing here from Tottenham, and here's Son now. Tracked all the way by Luke Shaw. Romero grabs it again. Vertonghen, that looked like a foul on Jorginho to me. but not given. Tongan goes back to his goalkeeper. Hugo Lloris. Ballet Davis, not all convincing on balance, but he kept the ball. And Tottenham are just passing it around. Ballet to Kane. Kane muscled off the ball by, I believe it's Rooney. Poor Henry was closed out there. Kane, great tackle by Paddy McNair. That's more like it. Oh, and Aaron Hill losing the ball to Eriksen. Eriksen's causing Manchester United problems in this game. Thus far. Here's Lamella. Much more pace than Darmian somehow. And a flying header off the bar. Manchester United again just breaking down in defence. Chris Smalling needs to be a leader down there. And Tottenham are tracked by Memphis, and Memphis is going to keep running after it. Smalling rolls to Shaw. Oh, and Shaw, that's a bad touch there by Luke Shaw. He kind of lost his balance momentarily, and that gave Tottenham an opportunity to grab the ball. Here's Walker. Aaron Hill just struggling to keep with him. And Walker drives it in, and McNair pulls it again. Paddy McNair's actually been doing rather well for a youngster. He's doing his part. Trapped down by Rooney, but Tottenham keep the ball anyway. Walker tackled by Herrera. Given the back by Walker. Herrera, bad pass. Tottenham are just keeping the ball and running Manchester United around the pitch. They're going to tire out sometime, you feel. Son. Dembele. Son and Dembele keeping it amongst themselves. Here's Mason now. No errors from Tottenham whatsoever on the passing here, and Son has to force Romero into a save, and he's asking, what are you doing? Son must not be allowed to shoot there. It was going in as well, so it ended up being a good save. As Andros Townsend will come on for Eric Lamela, who's been doing rather well. And Tottenham here are enjoying themselves against Manchester United today. This from the cross, and it's poor. Well, Heung-min Son is the deputy for Tottenham here, and he had a really good. It was his header that came off the bar. So he's given Romero a couple of chances for the goalkeeper to think about. Romero bought from Sampdoria, again in Italy. Son, Manchester United having none of the ball in the second half. It's been all Tottenham. Probably should be more than one up here. You're not going to get away from Aaron Hill with that easily, though. Great pass as well. Herrera. Ashley Young could have done much better there. Foul called against Herrera, I think. Yeah, it was. Ballet to Davis. Manchester United struggling to even get anywhere near the ball as Tottenham are passing it around. They're playing like Barcelona out here. And cleared by Chris Smalling. Piece of Tongan. Son to Kane. Son again. Look at this play. Magnificent. Intercepted, but immediately picked up by Son. Manchester United just having none of the ball when they're not settling at all. Rooney. It's a good looking pass. Herrera. Sergio Virginio takes a shot. And finally, Virginio gets on the ball. Manchester United corner. And I believe this is the first of the match. Virginio finally gets a chance. 6 minutes to go, or 8 minutes rather. Memphis with the corner. Headed in by Chris Smalling, and it's just wide. Well, Chris Smalling would have deserved a goal there. And a meaningful chance by Manchester United there. And Chris Smalling just puts it wide. Reece to Davis. There's Kyle Walker. Alderweireld. Another debutant for Tottenham, by the way. Ericsson to Kane. Son. Tottenham really are doing well here. You have to think that they'll just keep the ball now. En route to a win. Although you don't want to rest on your laurels when Aaron Hillwood's chasing you, and Son knew that first hand almost. Cleared by Chris Smalling, although it looked a bit nervy, didn't it? Memphis well kept in and well cut out there by Townsend. And here he is. Townsend shoots an arrow. Once again, he's right there. He's doing well, isn't he? He let in one goal, but it wasn't really his fault. Now here's Ashley Young, who's going to burst forward here. But Young is being really caught up there by somebody, but it's going to be a Tottenham throw apparently. Here's Young, he's picked up the ball from Son. Manchester United meaning business in this final few minutes here. As we approach the end, and 3 minutes of added time. Walker needs to get it away here. Here's Davis. Looks like it's going to be a day one loss for Manchester United. Not one that they've really deserved, but they haven't really had the ball either. Here's Ericsson. Townsend. Magnificently kept up by Darmian though. He's going to be whipped in, and Ericsson's going to put it wide. Well, if Sergio Romero can get it forward quickly enough, they might be one last chance, but Manchester United have not played that well, to be honest. They've not had the ball, in all honesty. And every time they have, they've lost it like that. Manchester United lose at Old Trafford again. It's become a common thing over the last couple of seasons. And none of the Manchester United strikers had the ball. Virginio had very little with the ball today, especially in the second half. Tottenham had all of the ball, and one defensive breakdown led to Christian Eriksen scoring the goal that won the game for Tottenham. It's not been the greatest start for the new era under Louis van Gaal, and it's a loss, and one that they'll feel they shouldn't have had. Sergio Romero was definitely not to blame for it today. Defensive breakdown that led to Eriksen just running through them and scoring. Manchester United need more of the ball if they're going to progress here. And it's a tough one to take. Manchester United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Not the best of starts, is it? It needs to be addressed. Manchester United need the ball. United 1, Spurs 0. My apologies. United 0, Spurs 1. Let's take a look at the other scores from today, and it's a happy day for New Boys Bournemouth. They get their first point of the season. After a 1-1 draw with Aston Villa, Chelsea a convincing first win for them under the new start of the season. It's 3-0 against Swansea City. Everton beat another New Boys. Watford, Leicester City drew 0-0 with Sunderland. Manchester United losing to Spurs. And Crystal Palace beating the other promoted side in Norwich City. It's very early days, so the table really doesn't mean much at this point. But Chelsea lead on a better goal difference than Crystal Palace, Everton, Spurs and Villa, Bournemouth, Leicester and Sunderland, who all scored today. Manchester United down on the bubble in 17th and only out of the drop zone by something other than goal difference, however, because them and Watford have the same goal difference. Norwich had less and Swansea had less than those, and that's what keeps Manchester United in 17th. No need to panic though, as it's only day one.